I know. I know what you guys are thinking. It has been, let's see if I can do my math correctly. This movie came out in July. We are in November. So, July, August, September, October, November. It's been 3.5, almost 4 months that this movie came out. And ladies and gentlemen, I have officially, finally, after months, finally seen Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, the way the theaters are set up now is kind of weird because when I was trying to watch it, when I was trying to go to the movies to watch it, it was not available on the weekends, which is weird because you would think that they would push it more for weekends because, people have the weekend to go watch movies, they can go, whatever. That wasn't really the case. I know that if the movie didn't do well, it stopped running in box office. It stopped running in the theaters. And then they would just within a month put it to digital. We seen that with Crow and more recently with Joker. But this one was kind of weird. It was I think about third week in August, and it was very hard to catch this movie at the theaters on a weekend. Where I live right up the street from a movie theater, and that's my go-to spot that's my go-to theater. And it was not there. It was there during the week, but based off of my schedule, it's some days that I'm not coming home till later in the day, and that time slot is already gone. So I was just all right, I'm just going to wait for it to show up on digital, on Disney Plus. And I thought it was coming out earlier. I think I read somewhere that they said, I think it was September or October, early September was the one thing I read. Then I read again October. Neither one was accurate, clearly, and it came out this past week. So I had the chance on Saturday to sit down and watch it. And Deadpool and Wolverine is what was needed for this moment. And what I mean is that Marvel has kind of been in a rut, some will say. A lot of Marvel fans, a lot of movie fans that are fans of the MCU will say that this is a very rough patch for Marvel right now. A lot of their stuff is not hitting. We know that the Marvels was a bust. I think it was Madam Web was a bust. A lot of their movies that they have come out with have been somewhat of a bust. They're in a reset. We're trying to reset what the MCU is going to look like now because we have all these new entities that have come in. I believe the next saga is the Mutant Saga, I believe. So we are going to be introduced to the X-Men. We're going to be introduced to new people, the Fantastic Four. we had the Kane dynasty that was supposed to take place with Jonathan Majors, but then Jonathan Majors fucked that up. So then they had to make a shift. And boy, did they make a shift, all right. They made a shift. I don't even think we talked about it. I don't think I've talked about it on here, which is the Doom dynasty, like the Doom saga, which is Dr. Doom, who is being played by Robert Downey Jr., which fucking shook the whole foundation of the Marvel universe, because everybody's like, oh my God, Tony Stark's is like Robert Downey Jr. is now playing Dr. Doom. Like, what happened? They're going, if we know anything about Marvel, they're going to explain in good detail how this happened. You know, one of the first things I seen when they did announce it was, how is Peter Parker going to react to seeing Dr. Doom and in realizing that it's, you know, it looks like Tony Stark's? Like, how is he going to be able to handle this? I, for one, think that the next, like, the face of this MCU is probably going to be Spider-Man. But that's going down a whole nother pipe. That's going down a whole nother line. That's going down a whole nother lane that I don't even want to talk about right now, because we are all about Deadpool right now. But this movie was what was needed, because it kind of brought everything full circle as far as the merging of Disney acquiring the rights from Fox with Deadpool, with the X-Men, you know, Blade. All these different entities are now officially Disney. And the one thing that, you know, we watch the trailers, we seen all this stuff. It was kind of me trying to figure out, okay, how, because this Deadpool, how crazy can this be? This shit was fucking nuts. Like, I sat there and I heard about the opening. I seen TikToks about it. I've seen people dress up like Deadpool with the NSYNC Bye 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 playing in the background and them doing all this. I seen it. But to actually see what he did and how he went about is crazy. You got to be a sick person to be doing what he is doing, like whooping people's ass, unaliving people, while listening to NSYNC Bye Bye Bye. And then throughout the time doing the dance. Like, it's hilarious to see, but only Deadpool can do this. Like, you know how, like, we say, you look at Iron Man, like, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds. There's no other person. I don't think there's another person walking right now that can be Deadpool. The humor, everything about Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds is like a match made in heaven. Like, it really is, because it's like, it fits like a glove. It is. So that was interesting. And the way they told the story of how the multiverse is, that's what really made me say they knew what they were doing. That's why I think that this Deadpool movie is very pivotal to the telling of what's about to happen within the MCU. You know, you needed this Deadpool to tell the story of how everything's going to be told now. I mean, you had Blade, you had Wesley Snipes, and he hinted, because if you paid attention, he did say, "There's only one. I'm the only one dead. I'm the only one Blade." And you seen Ryan Reynolds kind of like, even though he had the mask on, but his eyes kind of made this look like maybe not, because we all know that, you know, Mahershala Ali is supposed to be playing Blade. I know that's a whole different story. That's a whole different ball game. But we know that was happening. Then you had Gambit. You had Channing Tatum playing Gambit, and his whole thing was, I was supposed to be, but never happened. Because we all know that Gambit was supposed to happen. We were supposed to get a Gambit movie, and it never came about. So they were poking fun at the fact that this is what was happening. And just telling a great story of bringing Wolverine and Deadpool together. I loved it. You know, if this was the last, I don't think this is the last we'll see of Deadpool in the MCU. But if this was the one and only shot we had of seeing Deadpool in the Marvel universe in some capacity, it was a great one. It was great. My favorite Deadpool out of the three. Like, it's this one, the first one, and then the second one. That's how I would rank them. Yeah. I'm very interested in what they're going to do next. I am. I'm interested to see where they go with this, because the question is are you going to get edgier with Deadpool being there? Like, how much of the envelope are you going to push if you really bring Deadpool into the Marvel universe, into with the Avengers and all this stuff? Because, you know, the kids love the Avengers. How are you going to play that out? So, out of 5, I give it a strong 3.5 out of 5. 3.5, leaning towards 4. It's like if this is right here, if this is 4, it's right there. It's literally like shaking to get right to 4. So yeah, that's my Deadpool Wolverine review. I did also watch Cobra Kai, what I thought was the last installment of Cobra Kai, but they did not. If you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Just make sure you go see it. It is an incredible series. That might be one of my favorite series right now. I have not watched Penguin, so that's why I haven't said anything about it, but I will go watch Penguin and probably do a review for the whole series of Penguin. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you thought about this long-awaited, drawn-out review of Deadpool and Wolverine. I know I said a while ago, my last review, I said that I was going to probably go back and watch Joker Fale Adu. I plan on purchasing the movie, and I'm going to watch it in the comfort of my home and do a review afterwards, now that it's been a month. Because it came out in October, and 2 weeks later, it was already available digitally. So that tells you a lot. But I'm going to watch it again, give my review, and then we'll go from there. I miss doing these reviews. Let me know. This is what I want y'all to do. I want anybody that's watching this video, if there is something that you would like for me to review, let me know in the comments. I will take it into consideration. Because there were some things that people asked me to review that I kind of looked at and I was like, what in the hell is this? But that's not here nor there. If there's a movie that you want me to review, if there's a trailer, if there's whatever, you know, I like doing shit like this because, yeah, it's fun. Let me know in the comments below. He's I am him. Chime Manchi. I am out. Later.